Before we discuss further DMAIC tools, I would like to present a template for documentation of your project. This project storybook is helpful for everyone who wants to implement a project and document its steps and success. And it's mandatory for all who want to acquire the Green Belt certificate. The template contains all necessary tools and primarily represents the results of Sigma Guide and Minitab. It's not only about inserting the results, but also highlighting important details and especially the relevant anomalies to be able to set priorities. Once you have grasped the core of a result, you can also interpret its meaning and draw conclusion for the next steps of your project. And if you can professionally present each tool and its concrete use in your project in a slide, then your sponsor can have a qualified say and make necessary decisions. And your Master Black Belt can see whether you can use the respective tool sensibly, that you know its purpose and conditions for use and understand the meaning and implications of its results. Thus, the storybook also becomes the basis for our coaching. In the content slide, please add the page numbers to the tools. You are welcome to insert the name of your company and its logo in the upper right corner of the slide master, as well as your name and the project title in the bottom line. In the next slide, please introduce yourself and your sponsor. A photo of you, the sponsor, and a screenshot of the company's website would also be nice here. To document that this is a real project, we also ask you to scan and insert the confirmation mail of your sponsor with his or her signature. Finally, please introduce the critical product or service and its problem, if possible also illustrated in one or more photos. All project slides have the same structure. The text in the upper left corner contains the name of the DMAIC phase and the name of the respective tool. Header and footer summarize the core message of the slide in one or two statements. Every participant of the project team and every manager should be able to understand this important information immediately and without help. The tool frame is the placeholder for tool results, for example images, charts, graphs and tables. The results box on the right side should briefly summarize the purpose of the tool, the area in which the tool was used, as well as its important results and details. To improve orientation, you can insert numbered bullets at the significant points of the tool frame and explain these details in the results box. The interpretation and implication box contains your interpretation of the results. Your implications should show the consequences of your conclusions on how to proceed. It is not always easy to get to the heart of the matter in such a way that a layman could understand the slide. But this is necessary. It requires close observation and reduction to the core of the observation. The project storybook formally mirrors my Six Sigma slides and hopefully offers you many useful clues to insert the specific contents of your project. Special cases are the slides for the two workshops. In the measure phase you will map the process and identify the triggering influences on the problem. This is best achieved with a workshop with all involved employees of the process. However, it makes no sense to enter the results here immediately in Sigma Guide, because your procedure is then intransparent for all participants. It makes sense here to go through the steps of the process with the participants of the workshop and proceed according to the instructions in Sigma Guide. Thus note each process step and each negative influence on sticky notes, for example on a post-it. Photos of activities, methods, resources, intermediate outputs and negative influences are useful if the process is documented after the inspection on a flip chart. I always use sticky notes which I can move and change if necessary. In this way all participants can gradually follow, comment on, correct and cooperate with the structure of the process mapping and its analysis. Only if all workshop participants agree with the result, you should transfer the important results into Sigma Guide. And here in the project storybook, the tool frame is the placeholder for photos of the workshop with the participants and the process mapping analysis flip chart. The same applies to the second workshop on root cause analysis. Please build the hierarchy tree together with competent workshop participants and check and correct it until all participants agree. Mark the anchor points for solution ideas and collect solution ideas from the participants. Finally, please photograph the result on the flip chart and insert it into the project storybook. if possible also with a photo of the workshop participants. The C&E matrix also has a special status in this storybook. The matrix itself and the derived C&E heat map from the Sigma guide are not well suited for a presentation due to their size. Of course, you should include a copy of both tools. For a better understanding, please additionally summarize the most important relationships in an overview matrix. In this template, I have contrasted the most important influences of the input, methods and resources in the columns with the most important problems in the rows. And I transformed the respective risk values from the C&E heat map into the 5 levels of the descriptive Harvey balls. This format makes it easier for everyone to understand the core message of the measure phase and to develop an understanding of the derived hypothesis. At the end of each phase, there is a slide showing the results of the phase steering. Here the master black belt can decide whether the respective phase has been successfully completed. The second decision of the sponsor is decisive for the transition to the next phase. No means rework, 2 times yes means go to the next phase. Alright, 2 times yes. Then let's go to the next tool.